Hey guys, it's Sarah and welcome back to a new video. It's been a good month since I've actually filmed, so I'm actually really excited right now to just be back in film, get back in schedule. But today's review is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to do something special because I just came back from the Philippines and Singapore. I didn't end up buying a lot of things, so it's like a jinx I give to myself when I have all these things in mind that I want. I don't end up getting the chance to buy them. So even though I didn't get to go shopping a lot, there was one thing in particular that I really wanted to get, and I actually didn't buy it when I was there. So when I came back and my mom stayed back in the Philippines, I asked her if she could get it for me because I was actually regretting it. And it was from Happy Skin, which is a Filipino cosmetic brand, and it was their collaboration with KATHRYN BERNARDO, which is a Filipino actress celebrity. So I wanted to get the collection, try it out, because one, I'm such a sucker for cute pastel packaging. It's so pretty and adorable, so the packaging already caught my attention when I saw it online. So I know this collection isn't new. There's quite a few reviews already out there from actual Filipino YouTubers, but since I'm not from the Philippines, I figured that'd be a little bit more interesting as someone who's Filipino but not from the Philippines. So the first product in the collection is the Stay Fresh Weightless Pressed Powder, and there was 3 shades available, and looking at swatches online and in store, Natural Beige was the color that I chose because it was a lot more closer to my skin tone. So on the packaging it says that the pressed powder is supposed to give you undeniable glow for the entire day. It's supposed to blend in with your natural skin tone, help control oil, and cover up imperfections without detection, and that it's safe for sensitive skin. The coverage by itself isn't actually too bad. I just feel like if you're someone who needs extra coverage on certain areas but you don't want to wear too much makeup, just conceal before you use the powder, like on your acne scars or blemishes, dark circles, and then use the powder, and that will still give you a pretty decent coverage, like a light to medium coverage for the entire day. And then you could just basically carry this with you throughout the day to touch up and mattify your face. Before I forget, I'm gonna swatch the powder right here. I'm sorry that I'm using my rude finger. Can you see that? It's right here. Oh my god, even I can't see it. The powder is right here. For me today, because I have tried it with just concealer and just by itself as powder, I decided to just apply it on top of my foundation, which is my COSRX Blemish Cushion, and that did a good job with mattifying my face, giving a more smoother appearance with your complexion. It doesn't emphasize skin texture too much or pores, so it's actually really nice to look at the skin, and as it claims to do, it does help make it look quite natural on the skin as well. So it's very skin-like, it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and I just feel like if you're someone who has very oily skin, it'd just be better to just carry this with you, or some blotting papers, and that would help keep your skin all mattified. But as for now, this powder has been doing great, and I just like how very natural it is. It looks very soft in terms of appearance, and it doesn't really crease and fine lines either, and I have a problem with that when it comes to my under eyes, so it's actually not bad. When it comes to, you know, tinted or foundation powders, I like to go for ones from the Philippines just because they tend to match and work with me a lot more better. Since Philippines is a very humid country, a lot of their products tend to work well for me, being someone with very oily skin, so I really do enjoy the powders a lot, and I really like this powder. I just finished the review, but I did want to show how this powder mattifies the face because I am getting a little bit shiny here where I usually get shiny, and look at that. I'm like back to being all matte. You know, if you don't carry a brush with you, you can definitely just use the powder puff that comes with it. It would blot and give more coverage, but this powder just mattifies really well. So the next product is the Perfect Brows Long Lasting Liquid Pen, and this was in the shade Natural Brown, and this is a universal shade. This was the only product that kind of made me a little bit worried, but this is just a personal opinion because I'm someone who doesn't really enjoy brow pens or markers. I've tried a thick felt tip marker before. At that time, I guess I did like it because it was an interesting product to use and it was very unique. It wasn't, you know, the typical brow pencil or, you know, brow gel that I'm used to. But I've never tried a brow pen that is kind of like a liquid liner packaging. My impression of these type of brow products is that it just takes too much time and detail, and for me, I just like to do my brows quick and easy. So for the brow, on the packaging it does say that it's supposed to be easy to use. If you're a noob like myself with brow pens, then you know you'll eventually get there. But it also says that it's naturally sheer finish that gives the eyebrows a natural look to not look fake or overdrawn. So the fact that it is very sheer is forgiving, so even if you were to slightly go heavy-handed, you can't really go wrong because it is very sheer in pigmentation. But the more you add strokes and build it up, the fuller your brows look in a natural way. And this also says that it's anti-smudge, formula loss day to night 2. The best way to apply this is to imitate your brow hair strands by creating, you know, tiny strokes and just filling in your brows that way. And since I haven't been using this, you know, for more than a week, I'm still trying to get the hang of it. And I'm gonna say this, it's not the easiest to do if you're someone who's not used to this kind of product. And I'm just thinking, like, based on the concept of the collection, if you're like trying to make it really quick and easy, this particular step would take so much time in comparison to the other products. And it was kind of like a letdown in a way because everything else is like very quick and easy, but this is like super detailed, and I just don't like spending too much time on my brows on a daily unless it's a very special occasion. The shade, it is a universal shade, there's only one available. The tone of it is quite neutral. It's not too warm and it's not too cool, so really anyone can use this. I could see why she likes it or why she created it. It's very natural looking. It just makes it look naturally full. Overall, I mean, in terms of the shade, the longevity of it, and how natural it looks, it is actually really nice and it does last long. It doesn't smudge or anything. It stays put. The product itself, like the formula, is great, so I'm not hating on it too much, and I'm just gonna have to try and get myself to get used to it. If anyone else has tried this product, I would like to know your opinion about this because I don't want to be the only one that's struggling with a liquid brow pen. I don't want to sound like I can't do my brows with this product, but in terms of convenience and personal preference, I would just kind of choose something else over this. Let me know what you guys think about it. So the next product is the Instant Glow Longwear Powder Blush. Now in the collection, this is one of the two that I really enjoy the most, and I believe there's 2 shades available, but I got the shade Freedom. I don't know why, even though it does say it's a Longwear powder blush, I kind of thought of it as a cream to powder blush just by the way it looked in size. It kind of looks small, but it's actually a powder blush, and this is the shade. Very, very pretty. Again, it's a shade that's supposed to suit Filipino skin a lot more and complement and kind of give a brighter complexion or a really nice natural flush. Just a perfect shade actually. And to swatch it, I should build it up a little bit. So that's the shade above the eyebrow right there. It's super gorgeous, and It's like the perfect muted kind of dry rosy pink for our skin, and I just applied this heavily all over my cheeks and a little bit on top of my nose for a little bit of that kind of sunburnt kind of flush. So while I was in the Philippines, when you just kind of look around and kind of see the way people do their makeup, I do notice that blush is such a staple piece when it comes to Filipino makeup styles. They just prefer to wear a lot of blush, and that kind of, you know, influenced and inspired me to do my makeup like that. So lately I've been just using blush and not contouring my face, and you know, it just brings color back to my complexion. I've been enjoying this a lot, more for its shade and for the fact that it's very long wearing. I could get really shiny throughout the day, blot, and even, you know, reapply powder and the color will still be there. And of course you could always, you know, add some more on top, but once you apply it, I mean, the color just stays intact and it doesn't break down throughout the day. So I'm really pleased with how this product works. And on the packaging it says it gives an instant glow. I personally think it's just based on the shade and how it just brightens your complexion and makes your skin look very healthy and radiant. It blends very natural and it's also safe for sensitive skin. So this collection must be very sensitive skin type friendly. So moving on to the mascara, this is the Extra Drama Volumizing Mascara. There's only one shade and it's a black shade. So this mascara claims to give a very natural yet dramatic volumizing effect to your lashes without any clumps. It's supposed to be sweat proof and suited for oily eyelids. This is one product as well that I wasn't really too impressed with. It's just because I'm very picky with my mascaras and I'm someone who has very straight, stubborn lashes. What I noticed from the application is that within a few minutes my lashes would start to go down, and now it's practically back to its natural state. And you know, you guys would see from my past videos that usually when I have mascara on, my lashes are nicely curled up. I don't have nice lashes, it's just that I really curl them and use mascaras that I know work for my lashes. And I don't know if it's the formula, it does kind of feel a little bit wet in my opinion, but I do see how it adds, you know, a natural volumizing effect to your lashes when it's first applied. But because it doesn't hold my curled lashes, it kind of defeats the purpose of why I use mascara. I mean, it does last long, it's just that it's not really great for people with very stubborn straight lashes in my opinion. And this was such a bummer because this could have had potential in my opinion. And I feel like with a very everyday easy makeup look, once your lashes are, you know, nicely curled and applied with mascara, it completes the whole look and you don't have to do much to your eyes to make your face look like it's all done up. But I don't know, it might be different for other people who have really natural curled lashes, but for me it doesn't even look like my lashes are up anymore. So I don't really like it. I could probably wait for the formula or the mascara to dry out a bit and see if that would work, but for now, while it's still brand new, yeah. I've tried other mascaras that really keep my lashes up, so my standards with mascaras are quite high and this just didn't make the cut. So a little bit disappointed, but I mean, it's smudge proof, I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, let's move on. You can just tell I'm not too pleased with the mascara, but that's just one product in the collection that I'm not really liking at all. The next product is the Kiss and Bloom Water Lip and Cheek Tint. Now, I don't really use water lip and cheek tints on my cheeks, I tend to just use them as lip products, because sometimes with tints, once you apply it onto your cheek, you have to work quite fast to, what's it called, blend out the product and not get the actual stain from the applicator. Sometimes that could happen with certain tints, so I try to avoid that, because once that happens, the makeup application doesn't look that great in my opinion, and then that little stain mark would bother me for the rest of the day. So I've just tried this as a lip tint. Here on the packaging it says it's a no mess lip tint. Gives smooth and natural sheer color for the lips and cheeks that last day to night. It dries into a watercolor wash to create the perfect lip stain. There's 4 shades I think, and I got the shade Prim, and just based on seeing swatches, I wanted to go for ones that are a lot more kind of orangey or brown, because those are my personal preference in terms of shades. And this shade looks like this. It's kind of like a red brown, but on camera it's looking a lot more red, so it's actually kind of like close to a brick color. Since it is a water lip and cheek tint, it does blend out very nicely since it works for both the cheeks and the lips, but I do prefer it on the lips. And this is such a good everyday lip tint in my opinion. It just goes well with my natural lip. I've been obsessed with this shade, and it matches the blush quite nicely as well, so I really enjoy that. Since it does give a natural gradient when it stains the inner part of your lips, that's it. You don't have to do much to your lip, and it just looks great. In terms of longevity, I do feel like it's not as long lasting as other tints that I've tried. I don't want to compare it to Peri Pera because that's like a whole different game, but it does wear off a bit since it is very light in formula, but it's not too drying on the lips. It still stains quite well and very easy to blend. If the swatch doesn't give it justice, then I'll probably have to, you know, wear it another time in a video where I'm wearing very minimal makeup so it stands out. And the last product in the collection is the My Lips But Better Ultra Matte Lippie in the shade Spunk. From what I've seen, they have like 5 shades from their Ultra Matte Lippie. They could have more because this collection line is very popular, but Spunk is one of the shades that tend to be a little bit more on the orangey brown side. That's a horrible swatch. So it's this one here at the top right here. It's a really nice shade. I've always been leaning towards more orangey coral shades for lips, just because that just goes well with my skin tone more. In terms of application, it's not as opaque as other matte lipsticks would be. Like with this, I kind of have to build it up a little bit. It doesn't really emphasize, you know, fine lines on your lips and or cracks, so it's not too bad. Very comfortable to wear. And longevity, I don't know if this is a very long-lasting product. Let me read. It feels just like your lips, only better. Provides an ultra matte finish while optimizing hydration with your lips. But yeah, it's matte, but honestly I wouldn't say that this is matte because it's not dry in formula. But you know what, it still gives a very nice color payoff. Even with lip makeup, you know, I don't really stress out too much about it being very long wearing because I could reapply it if I wanted to. It's suitable for my skin type where it's not too overly nude. Enough color for a very natural everyday makeup look, and I'm obsessed with this color. It's actually really flattering against my complexion in my opinion. So yeah, I really like this a lot, and honestly I would have regretted not trying this out because I am just really impressed with this collection. I actually don't hate it. The packaging is cute and the price was quite reasonable, and from what I know, Happy Skin tends to be a little bit more on the expensive side in terms of the other products, like the regular products from the brand itself, but this collection is a little bit more on the affordable side. I've never been this impressed with a Filipino makeup brand other than some products from Maybelline in the Philippines, so when I'm there again, I'm gonna have to try a lot more Filipino brand makeup. I've been trying to look online for any places that would sell Filipino makeup and ship to Australia, but I'm not really having any luck. If anyone has recommendations, feel free to let me know. Also, feel free to give me brands of Filipino makeup that I could try in the future. I should just have a list of brands in mind or just really shop around. But yeah, that's it for today's review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know it wasn't K-beauty related, but it is still makeup related, and you know, I really wanted to do this review. So it's been a while since I've filmed, so I've been all over the place in this entire review, so forgive me for that. And I guess I'll just see you guys in my next video, so feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't, feel free to comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Wow, I can't believe I finished filming this. Bye!